Hello and welcome everyone on this official platform of Legacy Eyes Academy. What if the most powerful military on earth runs out of missiles? What if the real battlefield is not in the skies over Iran, but inside America's own stockpiles? In just 5 days, over 2,000 targets have been struck. Stealth bombers have flown, cruise missiles have roared across the night sky. Advanced fighter jets, they have been pierced Iranian airspace. So according to Washington, the opening barrage was even bigger than the 2003 shock and awe campaign against the Iraq. So as you can see here, the headlines is the US running out of missiles to attack Iran. And now Donald Trump says that this war could last 4 to 5 weeks or even longer. But behind the bold speeches and dramatic air strikes, a quiet concern which is growing in military circles is America burning through its most advanced weapons faster than it can replace them. Because modern war is no longer just about the firepower. It is also about the production lines. It is also about the supply chains. It is about who can endure. So Iran is actually firing cheap drones and ballistic missiles. But United States of America is responding with some of the most sophisticated and most expensive interceptor systems ever built. So every interception costs hundreds of thousands, sometimes millions of dollars. So here is the uncomfortable question. If this war stretches for weeks or a month, who runs out first? So today we break down the weapons, the strategy, the hidden vulnerabilities, as well as the shocking possibility that the outcome of this conflict may not be decided on the battlefield, but in the factories. So stay with me, because what is unfolding is not just a regional war. It could actually redefine that how future global conflicts they are fought. Now, the question here is the United States of America running out of missiles in the Iran war? What is the truth? What is the scenario? Let's try to understand then. The United States of America and Israel, they have launched a massive military campaign against Iran. In just 5 days, they say that they have hit 2,000 targets inside the Iran, using more than 2,000 missiles and bombs. And that is why, according to Admiral Brad Cooper, the first day of attacks was even bigger than the famous shock and awe bombing of Iraq in 2003. अब इन सभी चीजों पर that the president, like US President Donald Trump, he said that the war could last 4 to 5 weeks, है ना, and maybe even longer. But here is the bigger question. Does the US have enough missiles to keep fighting at this level? है ना? What weapons is actually US using? We need to understand this. अब US कौन-कौन से weapons यहाँ पे use कर रहा है? तो सबसे पहली चीज अगर मैं आपको यहां पर बताऊं, that United States of America is using some of the most advanced weapon in the world, है ना? Like first important thing that they are using fighter jets and bombers. तो सबसे पहली चीज हमें समझना fighter jets and bombers. As you can see here, fighter jets and bombers like B-2 Sprits. As you can see here, B-2 Spirit. Then F-35 Lightning II. So as you can see, F-35 Lightning II, this aircraft. Then F-22 Raptor, है ना? F-22 Raptor is there. Then F-15 McDonnell Douglas F-15 Eagle. These are very expensive fighter jets. Apart from this, missiles and drones are also used. As you can see here, missiles and drones. Like for example, Tomahawk cruise missile. This is Tomahawk cruise missile they are using. M142 HIMARS, you know, this is M142 HIMARS they are using. Then MQ9 Reaper drone. So these things, these expensive weapons that they are using, apart from this, they are also using the missile defense system. Now, what kind of missile defense system? Like as you can see here, this is called as Patriot missile defense system. Second important, THAAD, as you can see here, they are also using THAAD. Clear? Then they are also using the SM3. SM3 means SM3 Standard Missile 3. So United States of America, apart from this, US also has 2 aircraft carriers in the region. Now those 2 aircraft carriers in the region, first is USS Abraham Lincoln, as you can see here. This is USS Abraham Lincoln. Then second important aircraft carrier is USS Gerald R. Ford. Yes, USS Gerald R. Ford, as you can see here. So let me tell you, this is not a small operation. This is high intensity warfare. Now, the question here is, so what is the problem then? See, the problem here is missiles are expensive and these are slow to replace. Okay, so missiles are expensive, these are slow to replace. For example, one advanced interceptor missile can cost hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars. But the Iranian drone it destroyed might cost only a few $1,000s. Now this actually creates a serious imbalance that US is spending far more per shot than the Iran. That is why the experts they are warning that we are using them faster than we can replace. है ना कि US जितना ज्यादा यूज कर रहा है हम उतनी जल्दी उसे रिप्लेस नहीं कर पाएंगे because production takes time. Like for example, missiles like THAAD interceptors, है ना? So as you can see here, missiles like this THAAD interceptor, then SM3 Standard Missile 3, then Tomahawk missiles. These missiles, these things, these missiles, these weapons are complex to manufacture. They cannot be produced overnight. Factories cannot suddenly make thousands every week. Some stockpiles are already low because the United States of America has been striking Yemen's Houthis also. है ना? Then there were previous clashes with Iran also. Large supplies were sent to Ukraine also. So production speed has been slow. Now, the question here is, what happens if this war continues? So let's try to understand what happens if this war continues. If United States of America keeps bombing at this intensity for several weeks, so precision missiles may run low. Interceptor system may get depleted, cost will skyrocket, okay, production may not keep up. So experts they are saying that the current pace cannot continue indefinitely. At some point, either the intensity of the attack will reduce or United States of America will have to shift the strategy. This is said by various experts. Now, the question here is, then what about Israel and Gulf countries? तो अब बाकी countries के लिए क्या? Like Israel and other Gulf countries like Saudi Arab, UAE and all. So let me tell you that this is not just the US facing this issue. Israel is reportedly low on Arrow 3 interceptor, as you can see here. Israel is actually low on Arrow 3 interceptor. This Arrow 3 interceptor, Israel is low on this. Israel is low on air-launched ballistic missiles also. Meanwhile, Gulf countries like Bahrain, like Qatar, Bahrain, Qatar, then UAE, Saudi Arab, all these countries, they are trying to intercept every Iranian missile and the drones which targeting them. But if the war continues, they may start being selective, meaning they won't, which means they won't show, you can say, they won't shoot down everything. Only the most dangerous threats they will shoot down. Clear? This is the scenario. This might be the scenario in future. Now the question here is, what is the US doing about it? So now United States President Trump says stockpiles are good, but at the same time he also admits that high-end ammunitions or high-end munitions are not where they want them to be. So in this scenario, the White House has called major defense companies. तो ट्रंप ने मेजर डिफेंस कंपनीज को बुलाया, लाइक लॉकहीड मार्टिन, देन रेडियन, है ना, लॉकहीड मार्टिन, रेडियन, ऑल दीज कंपनीज, इन सभी को इन्होंने बुलाया टू स्पीड अप द वेपन प्रोडक्शन. But at the same time, Pentagon wants factories to produce the missiles faster also. But the reality, you need to understand, here is the reality, you cannot suddenly turn on a switch and mass produce advanced weapon missile overnight. ऐसा हो नहीं सकता, because that is not possible. Now, what is the real deciding factor of this war? है ना, what can be the real deciding factor of this war? See, some military analysts, they said, which is very important actually, that the winner may not be decided by who has the stronger army, but by who runs out of missiles first. This is becoming a war of stockpiles now. Iran is firing the cheaper drones and missiles in large number. At the same time, United States of America and Israel, they are using high-end expensive interceptors to stop them. Now, if this war continues for weeks, stockpiles shrink, cost explode, and strategic pressure increases. This is the scenario that the US and Israel, they have launched a massive bombing campaign. They hit 2,000 plus targets in 5 days. Trump says that the war may last 4 to 5 weeks or longer. And US is using very advanced but very expensive missiles. That is why the experts, they want stockpiles may not last long at that pace, because production is too slow and too quickly to replace them. Even Israel and Gulf state, they face similar problems. So the real battle may become who runs out of missiles first. So we need to understand. So what we have learned here, that this is not just a clash between United States of America and Iran. Okay, it is a test of endurance. It is a test of industrial strength. It is a test of who can sustain high intensity warfare in the 21st century. The United States of America possesses unmatched military technology. Stealth bombers हैं इनके पास, precision missiles are there, advanced air defenses are there, but even superpowers operate within the limits. Missiles cannot be manufactured overnight. Interceptor systems cannot be replaced in days, and stockpiles are not infinite. Meanwhile, if you see Iran and its regional allies, they are playing a different game. They are launching the cheaper drones and ballistic missiles, which is designed not necessarily to win outright, but to exhaust the opposition party. And that changes everything, because modern warfare is not just longer, or is no longer just about who strikes harder. It is about who lasts longer. If this campaign continues at the current intensity, excuse me. So I was saying, if this campaign, if this war continued at the current intensity and a current pace, then difficult strategic choices may emerge, like scale back, escalate further, or shift tactics entirely. But one thing is clear, that the outcome may not be determined by these speeches or even by the battlefield victories. It may be defined, or it may be decided by something far less dramatic, but far more decisive. That who runs out first, that we need to understand. That who runs out first, because the world is watching, allies are calculating, adversaries, they are learning, and the history may look back at this moment as the point where global warfare entered into a new era, where supply chains became as powerful as armies. So if you found this video, this analysis insightful, make sure to like, share, and subscribe our channel Legacy IAS Academy, because the story is still unfolding and what happens next could reshape the global power for the year to come. So stay informed, stay sharp, and I'll see you in the next deep dive video. So thank you for watching this video. Thank you so much.